Motherfuckers grown till it's time to face the consequences. In life, we all have free will to do whatever the fuck we want to do, good or bad. But you got to understand that whatever decisions you decide to make, that shit gonna come back on you tenfold. What you put in the universe come back, good or bad. So when you out here breaking people's hearts, when you out here breaking the law, when you out here doing whatever the fuck you feel like you need to do to get your money, when you out here missing work just cause, and you know you only got a limited amount of time before you point the fuck out, you gotta face the consequence. You don't get to pick and choose how severe the consequence is. You don't get to pick and choose what kind of karma and shit come your way. You gotta take all that shit on the chin. Most times, especially when it comes to adults, every decision that we make is already premeditated. Accountability, that's everything. That's everything to me. I don't want nobody around me who can't be accountable. I respect you more for making a fucked up decision and being accountable for it than for you to make a fucked up decision and not be accountable for it. Whatever bed you make, you gotta lay in that bitch. Everything cool when you making a decision. Everything cool when you out there doing whatever the fuck you want to do, saying whatever you want to say, until shit hit the fan. You say the wrong thing, somebody might beat your ass, or they'll kill you. You miss too many days of work, then guess what? You fired. You keep fucking around with somebody hard, hell, depending on how good they handle their emotions, they might kill your ass too, or they just leave. But when it comes to that, you don't get to make that decision. You got to take whatever the fuck come your way on the chin. I've experienced too many people sit there and whine and bitch and shit after they clearly made the decision that they already thought about was premeditated. You consciously made those decisions. You constantly said those words. Now you in somebody's courtroom. Now you all lonely and shit. You done lost your girl. You done lost your dude because you was being unfaithful. Now you done lost your job. Your bills piling up. All that shit is on you. There's always going to be a consequence. And you got to own up to that shit. You're supposed to think about the consequences before you make the decisions, not do the decisions and then worry about the consequences, because at that point it's too fucking late. And it's a lot of grown people out here, supposed to be grown people, making decisions and then sitting there worrying about the damn consequences. It's too late. Even me, it's shit I done did in my life. Things I was supposed to do that I didn't do. All kinds of shit. But I took all that shit on the chin. And I can honestly say it's easier when you just face it. Just face it. And learn from the shit. Do better. But you can't be out here living your life, doing whatever you want to do, and not facing the consequence. That's not how that shit works. I don't feel sorry for nobody who makes conscious decisions and the result is fucked up. I can't feel sorry for you. I'm not going to. And I don't expect nobody to feel sorry for me, depending on whatever decisions I decide to make in my life, and that shit come back on my ass. You gonna get whatever time you gotta serve. You gonna have to sleep in a lonely ass bed by yourself. You gonna figure out how to hurry up and find another job, or maybe get on some type of assistance to help you pay your bills and shit. For any decision that you make in life, you have to deal with the consequences. There is no buts. Motherfuckers know what they be doing out here. You know the consequence or the possible consequence that can happen to you if you make those type of decisions. You just thought that it wouldn't have to come to you. You wouldn't have to face it. That's what that was. Even from hearing other people's experiences. Hearing about other decisions that other people made and how that shit backfired on them. For some odd reason, you decide to do the same shit thinking that it wouldn't happen to you. And some people, they'll fuck around and try to do the same shit. And that consequence that other person faced, yours gonna be worse than that. You're gonna have to suffer longer than they did. Because although you knew not to go down that road, although you knew not to do that shit, you still did it, thinking that it wouldn't happen to you at all. Or thinking that it could happen to you, but maybe if you did it this time, then you would get away with the shit. That ain't how that shit work. My mama used to always tell us, you cannot get away with the same shit somebody done got away with. And I always kept it in my mind. Some things, yeah, I was hard-headed about. Did it anyway. But a lot of times I thought about what she said, and she was right. And what you gonna do at that time? Sit there and talk about how they done did it? Because at the end of the day, it's not gonna matter what that person did. It's about what you did. And it's about you doing the shit you knew you shouldn't have did it. It's that simple. At that point, ain't nobody worried about what somebody else done did. We talking about you and what you done did. We talking about how you made decisions, you made a choice, and you knew the consequences. You knew better. You have to face the consequences. You got to take that shit on the chin. Ain't no pointing the finger at nobody else. There is no excuses. If you slip, don't slide.